Good morning, my wee fresh potatoes. How are you today? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and I have another lovely video on a new knife to the channel, which was made by Tuna Valley, which is a company I knew nothing about. So I've done a little bit of research this morning, and for that kind gentleman last week who sent me a little text in my down below in my video to say that it took 4 minutes 50 seconds to get to the knife. How you doing? It's going to be like that again, probably, because I'm going to talk about a few things first. So keep flicking now until you get to this. So they see this being opened, then you'll see the knife. But thanks for watching anyway. Take care. Now, Tuna Valley, this is the box that it comes. Now, this may look oversized as if I've got a bad camera view, but I haven't. It comes in a tube that is humongous. It's 6.5 inches long, just the tube itself, and about 2.25 width. But the artwork on it is absolutely lovely. And I take it Tuna Valley is a place in Pennsylvania where Tuna Valley first originated from. Now, it was born in the turn of the 20th century. But I don't know anything more about it. I tried having a look in the books that I've got and on the internet. Didn't find much out about the Tuna Valley Company. But I do know that it was resurrected in 2007 by Perry Miller. Again, not a name I know of. Perry also had quite a few of his knives made by GEC for the Tuna Valley brand. I have not seen one of those yet either. But the Daniels family then took over in 2012. And Daniels Family Knives, as you know, was the Queen, which is now defunct and taken over by Rough Riders. But they purchased Tuna Valley, and they're producing their knives up to today under Ken Daniels, who was the co-founder of GEC, and his son Ryan. Now, I say this huge, I can't tell you how big that box. Here is my biggest GEC box, and this is for my huge big bullbuster. Look at the difference in size. It is just a massive box. It's overkill for the knife because the knife is smaller than my bullbuster. Or bull moose, I should say. They say bullbuster. But it's a lovely big package, and I just love the artwork. It sits up on my shelf lovely. So, what do you get with it? You get this. This is from the Daniels family. Tells you a little bit about the Daniels family. There are 5 generations of knife makers. And here it is. It's the Phoenix Jack. It's a production limited to 50 pieces. And it's in the Catalina wine mixer bone. The blade steel is 154 cm. Nickel silver. And the spring is also 154 cm. Very nice to know. And it's 3 5/8 inches long. So it's not a huge knife, but it's a blooming sturdy knife. The date of release, now that's not a date of birth as far as I know. I don't know whether this is old stock put together or brand new made. Again, if anybody out there can help me, I'm in the UK. I don't have, knowledge of all the knife makers, but it says April the 20th, 2021. So this is a fairly new piece to the Daniels family and Tuna Valley list. But it's lovely to get that, and you actually get in the inside of it. Let me just see. You get the beautiful artwork that's on the front, and then you can't really see this, but there is an embossed round emblem here donating the Daniels family official stamp. But really lovely. I just think that's all nice to come with it. Now, it comes in this velvet pouch. Again, I'm not sure. I got this secondhand, so I'm not sure if this is the pouch that comes with it. I think it is from what I could see in the books. But it's a lovely velvet pouch. So, what is the knife? The Phoenix Jack, which is just beautiful. Look at that. And that's the Catalina. Oh, God, I have to get this down because I keep forgetting it. The Catalina wine mixer bone. And I'll tell you why I get confused in that later on. But look at the jigging on that bone. It really is stunning. I'll take you a wee walk around the knife. You have the lovely big bolster here at the end. You have the backspring, which I've just found out is in 154. I hadn't even clicked on that. but look at the fit and finish on this. I mean, Queen knives in the past apparently were brilliant, and they say, you know, when the Daniels family took over, there was a bit of a drop. Well, let me tell you, if they were still knocking Queen knives out like that, I'd be buying them every day of the week. Absolutely beautiful fit and finish, lovely domed um, pins through it. Nickel silver that bolster is too. It is just stunning. I just genuinely love this, the jigging on it. And then you have a long pull. Well, it's not a long pull. It's a nail neck with a lovely swedge. You have to. I don't know whether somebody has dropped the kick on this, but you really need to get your hand. It's a very thick. Look at that back. Look at the spine of that knife. But you can get your nail in, and it's a good pull though. It's a good 7.5-inch pull, and it brings out the most beautiful Wharncliffe, which, as you might have guessed, is one of my favourite blade chips. I have about 7 or 8 Wharncliffes in my collection that I consider really good. This is beautiful. It is lovely and sharp. I haven't done anything to this yet. I've just carried it a couple of days, but I haven't really used it because I haven't decided if it, I think this is going to be more of a collection piece because I have quite a few Wharncliffes, and there's no point ruining all my knives, but or not ruining, but overusing all of them. I'll maybe carry this on the odd occasion, but I'll just cut paper, a bit of cardboard or something. I'm not going to use it for any heavy use. It's a proper sturdy knife. And you see with this really thick, now it comes down very quickly. It's full flat ground. Lovely swedge here, deep nail nick, which you need to get your nail in there because it's coming over. Trying to let you see. It goes from very thick to very thin. Well, not very thin, but it's thin enough to do all the jobs that I've asked it to do so far. The nail nick is good and deep, so it gives you that a little bit of pull pressure there. Really, really. Now, I like a knife, as you know, about 7.5. 78 is absolutely perfect for me, and this fits that bill. The back of the knife, that lovely swoop, just fits in the hand both ways because you get the curve of the handle here, and then when you're pushing down with your finger, this broad back spine makes it so comfortable for cutting. And you can push there with no fear of pushing the blade closed. It's such a good strong back spring on it. Nice big high ricosso, so you can get your finger up there. So if it did break, that takes everything I have to push that. If it did break, it's not going to cut your finger whatsoever. But the nice thing about a sway back is when you turn the knife over and then you put it in your hand like this, it fits perfectly along your hand again and gives you that pull grip. And you can put your fingers anyway. It's a easy enough blade that I can get fully up if I want to, but it also is great for the pull cut. It is just a stunning blade shape. I love it. I also like the looks of it. I love the sway back look of a knife, that lovely sort of organic look to the knife. But it's what's the materials. The 154 cm steel, I love. Absolutely love it. The jigged bone is done on here to perfection. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to show you another knife with something very similar, made by the same people. Now, look, there's nothing I can fault on this. I wish there was something I could fault. There doesn't seem to be any gaps whatsoever. No raised parts of the bolts. That there's a half stop and then bang down to the fully closed. There's the blade centering. I mean, that is just, this is a first class, well-made knife. Absolutely stunning. So to the Daniels family, I say, keep going. I wish you'd have kept Queen and kept that sort of standard up. But if you can make Tuna Valley this good. Now, the only thing I'll say is these are expensive knives. I haven't seen one of the Tuna Valley. I had a look at a few shops in America that sell them, and I haven't seen any under $200. So, it's not a cheap knife, but what you're getting is, see in hand, I can't tell you, but you see when a knife feels solid, it feels solid. It doesn't feel heavy, it feels solid. And you just know that, well, as you go up the range in knives. Here's another one of my favourite swaybacks, which is the Rough Rider. And this is a Wharncliffe. Probably about the same weightish, but the feeling in the hand when you hold it, is genuinely different. And I suppose until you actually do it, and when you open this blade, when you open this, everything about it is just so far above this. And this is a great knife, an absolutely great knife. But this is just, oh, I can't tell you. So let's have a look at the tag stamp here. It says Tuna Valley, let me just see, made in the USA, Cutlery Company. Now, please, if you know anything about Tuna Valley, please let me know. There's nothing on the back there. Where they're made, where does Queen still make them, or I don't know anything. So it'd be lovely to find out a wee bit more information if anybody does know out there. But I can honestly say that this is a first-class penknife, worth every penny that I paid for it, and I paid a lot, but I'm very happy with it. Well, I traded for this one, actually. That's a lie. I'm saying I paid for it. Well, you do pay for it, but I was very happy with the trade that I got for this. Another Wharncliffe I absolutely love. So I'm going to give you some other ones that I've picked a couple here that I like. I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you another knife. This is a Wharncliffe too. This is a beautiful Shatton Morgan. But this Shatton Morgan, if you can see, the DFC was made by the Daniels family. So this is an after 2012 Queen or Shatton Morgan. But it's beautiful. But look at the jigging. Look how it's very similar. This is bigger, but it's that random. Is it the Roger style of jigging? But it's, you know, it just really does appeal to me in a big way. This is just an equal end. It's probably something like a 35. You know, stature wise, Sakar pattern. But another beautiful Wharncliffe. It has again the nail nick. And you'll see, although this is Tuna Valley and this is Shatton Morgan, their design looks obviously come from the Queen Cutlery family. But I mean, that's a beautiful knife. A little bit smaller, and it shows you just how big this knife is. And here's the big roughie. I'll put that down. Another one of my... This is just... If you want a budget beater, you ain't going to get better than this. The blade is even just that wee bit longer than the Tuna Valley, but it's roughly the same size, but a great work knife. So why would I use that? Because this is, to me, as close to perfection as I'm going to get. These are handmade knives, even that one, but the materials are so much better, and it's finished to such a high standard that it just, again, this is another beautiful knife by Shatton Morgan, made by Queen. Beautiful knife. But I can feel the difference between the quality in this knife and this one even. This is much, it feels much lighter and less substantial. This just feels like a proper work knife that you could take out and do whatever you like. My carry for today got this lovely sheath from 1095, yeah, 1095. But he's a member of our Slip Joint Collectors Club, and he made these for the new GEC bullnose that came out there. So, but I use it for my Viper, which I was very, very lucky to get. I have a review to do on this. This is one of the most popular GEC knives, but it is also a beautiful big Wharncliffe. And I'm going to put that up beside the Tuna Valley. So again, you can see the difference in size. This even has this blade is something. This knife is, the Rough Rider and this are near exactly the same side in all dimensions. The blades are a little bit bigger than the Tuna Valley. But when I hold this together and the Tuna Valley together, you can see the difference in the stock thickness, in the blade, even in the bolsters. This is the back spring in this. This is a real solid. I can't explain to you how solid this is, which I really, really love, thoroughly enjoy. And it goes in my collection. There's 4 lovely Wharncliffes that's in my collection, and I'm sure there'll be more. There's a review of this one coming up soon. But today, the Tuna Valley is the one we're talking about, and I can't tell you how much I just think it's one of my nicest knives that I've got. That's huge big. Look at the size of the knife compared to this. There's the tube and there's the knife. Do you think that's a bit of overkill? They must just use this for everything. But I love it to bits. I genuinely love it to bits. Really nice. Everything about it, the way it comes, the artwork and all. It's just high end handmade knives. That are done not custom, but they're made by hand by artisans. You don't make these being a I don't know, on a Chinese backstreet, they don't make it this quality. They make a good knife for a beater, but this is quality. USA at the moment do most of the best production. Well, not they're not. Although you can call them production. To me, they're just handmade knives by artisans. The UK is starting to catch up, I'm glad to say, but the quantity and the quality is definitely in the US at the moment for these handmade knives. You've got Boker, you've got Taylor's Eyewitness, you've got Arthur Wright, you've got other companies in the UK and Europe that are starting to step up, and I'm loving that. And the more I can get the different brands of knives, I not only collect GEC, that's a fallacy. I have quite a few others, and you're going to see videos of them coming out soon. Knives in this last 6 months that I have traded most of my locking knives for these knives, and I feel very blessed to have them, and I hope you're going to enjoy me showing them over the next clatter of months. But here's a little bit of an announcement. I am not going to buy another knife for 2 months. There's a challenge, and I said it out loud. I'm not going to buy another knife. I have one custom coming from a knife maker in the UK. Not an expensive custom, but I'd ordered it, and I don't know when it's coming. I have to pay for that when it comes. But that's the only one I'm going to be getting in the next 2 months. Now, I might trade, or I might get knives sent to me from a couple of the companies that I work for, or work with, I should say. But I'm not buying any. If I break that, I will let you know as soon as I do. So wish me luck. I've never gone this long without buying a knife, but I need to start recouping some of my my spending. I got a bit crazy, and you'll see by the knives, including this one, that I have got in my collection now. So take care. Thank you so much for watching. I hope there wasn't too much waffle there. I enjoyed doing a little bit of an investigation. Please, if you can let me know any other details about Tuna Valley, down below in the description. Still got a wee drop of tea left. I'm going to have that and put this video up. Take care. All the best. Bye now.